Alright, omulabi wa Star TV, UBC Star TV, nyakwaniza olunaku olwaleero. Manya Peter St. Arthur, Tactical Technical Kawungezi Express. Ko tuli essaawa zino. One, I'm very honored and happy olunaku olwaleero that I have the opportunity, utmost opportunity to sit with a person that I grew up watching, a person I idolized, a person I've known. I feel like I've known him close range, but this is the first time I met him. A person whose movies I've watched all my life. A person who I've wanted to be for so many years. A person I wanted to sit with and have a conversation about film. The legend himself, the African icon himself. We are seated here today. Of course, we're prepping for the Icon Awards happening on Saturday. Wano wenyini ku Serena wetugenda okubanga tutambula. So we're going to kunyumyamu emboozi tubulire where life is, of course, what he sees for the Icon Awards this time, how the growth of the film industry in Uganda has been all through the times it's been around. So in Uganda, we've seen signs of Kula, but in English, we're happy to see you.
Thank you very much.
First off, it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's like when you know a person from so far but so close. When you watch his movies and you know how he talks, you see how he walks, and you say, I want to be like that guy. Then finally time comes and you meet that guy, so it's a great honor.
Thank you.
But away from that, how have you been?
Very well so far.
How's
been very good.
Been very good. How's been that? You've been around 3 times now?
Yeah, this will be my third.
Are you getting more acquainted to the Kampala city life, the Ugandan way?
Yeah, getting acquainted to it, you know. No. I wish most times when I do come around here, I spend more time, you know, to acclimatize. You know, when I mean acclimatize, like, you know, with the, to know the environment a bit more, to know the people some more, you know. But it's usually, it's most times it's always short.
Okay, so have you gotten used to our food?
Oh yeah, no, that one of course.
Has someone given you a Ugandan name or any culture?
Yes,
name?
Guma.
They gave you Guma. That's from the West.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ramsey. Let's talk film. It's your third time coming to Uganda, and you've seen the elevation. You've seen what we do from when you first came to now. You've been part of Icon Awards. You've seen our films. You've talked to other filmmakers in Uganda. You've done a couple of workshops here and there. How do you see us? Are we elevating? Are we growing? Is there growth?
Yes, of course. There's a tremendous growth. I see a lot of filmmakers who are like, you know, getting better in the arts. Okay. You know, I'm seeing the actors also putting in work to, you know, bring out the best of the performances. You know, and I think Icon was part of that made that very strong and better, so that people, you know, you create that, you know, competitive atmosphere for people, and a healthy competition where people just want to like, oh, they want to like get the award next year, or they want their work of art to go far and you know be appreciated, you know, internationally. And so far so good. I've seen all of that developed. You know, there's been workshops here and there, you know, and from their works you can tell that they're doing very, very well.
From these workshops and the interaction with these people, with our filmmakers, what do you think would be that thing that we are not doing properly, like well, because you've interacted with them in the workshops and now you know?
I mean, we do these things. It's hard to say that anybody's perfect. You know, even in Hollywood, you know, they've been in the game for over 100 years and more, but still, they come short in some places. You know, everybody has that fault. As you go on, you would understand where you're getting it wrong or what you're not doing right. Okay. You know, it's easy to understand, but you need to be in the game to flow. Now, there are too many factors that actually determines this. It's not just in the face of someone who's a filmmaker and say, oh, you did this wrong there, you did that wrong there. Yeah. For all you know, that wrong might just be the appeal to his audience. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Now, as that, of course, I mean, filmmaking is a global language. Like, definitely, if you can make a film, it should be cut across to everyone. But sometimes you make movies for your market, for your people, you know, for your client. And when you do that, somebody on the outside on the global scale might not understand what you're doing and think you're not getting it right or getting it done properly. But it works for you.
All right. So coming from a place, like coming from Nigeria, me growing up, Nigeria had like movies all over Africa. I'm talking the urban movies, the ones that we used to see. Like I could tell you, I know about chiefs in Nigeria I've never met. I could tell you, I know about villages in Nigeria I've never met. What did you guys do that had all of Africa watching you guys and focusing on you guys? Had the entire world, watching Nigeria.
It was simple. We told our stories. We always all we did was told our stories from our perspective, where we are, from our villages, from our homes. We talked about our culture. These stories are quite relatable. They're like, the kind of stories that everybody basically just goes through in their daily lives. And I think because it's relatable, people loved it and liked it. And they liked maybe the down-to-earthness of our style and our storytelling. The people, our language, for instance, and all of that. That created an appeal for an audience, and then, just caught on like wildfire.
Yeah. So the language factor that you talked about, how important is the local dialect? I'm moving the local dialect. How important is it? Because where I'm from, some people would prefer to use the English language
Yeah.
more. Like some people think if you speak English, you're going to touch the broader audiences and all that. But then some people say if you use your own language, maybe you communicate more. You sound more authentic. To you, what's the right take for a guy like you?
Like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have. It depends on how it resonates.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It depends on how it resonates. I love Indian films. I love Korean films, for instance. They speak in their languages,
Yes.
And I'm forced to read the subtitling just to follow through. Sometimes that can be, overbearing, but if you do like the piece of work, you will still do it. Now, if you also want to speak in English and you want the English, whatever, you can still do that. Whichever one you think just works for your art at the moment. Except you're looking at a commercial, you want to make commercial films only. Yeah, you want to make commercial films, then you think, either I make sure that whatever I'm doing in my dialect, in my language, needs to be visually global. This is the visual global appeal, irrespective of the language. But if the English is there, I say, okay, this will catch on easily. People can hear me and have this. So it depends. It's hard for me to tell you what works best for your client.
So down here in Uganda, our biggest issue that we face as filmmakers or as a country is market. How we make good films, but how we get them to the masses to accept them. How we bridge that gap between the ones that make and the ones that watch, and how the money flows in is our biggest issue. Of course, also taking them across the country. So how did you people connect with your own audiences? Which mechanism did you use?
I don't think there was a particular marketing strategy that we employed or, we did back then in the days. No, it wasn't. Like I said, it was the story that just caught on. People just started to identify with our stories, like they liked it and they wanted to hear, or wanted to see more of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going to sell.
Okay.
You can't force the market. It's really hard to say, come and buy this product instead. This product is better, and this is our own product. The product needs to sell itself first. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The product needs to have that appeal first. And then people will be like, I've seen that product. I like it. You should try and see it too. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. It's in the work. So we need to put in more effort into in Uganda. It's like more effort in the performance, in the cinematography.
Yes.
So that performance in the sense that the actors and all of that, getting the best out of them so that it's as natural as possible, So you have your own actor that you love. It's just the way you like some of your
actors.
Not just the actors, I'm talking about the musicians now, for instance, or the singers.
Yeah.
What makes them? Why are you endeared towards them?
Because I see part of me into it.
You like the style, yeah. Did they push the music or songs in ways where
the music just finds me?
So that's the same thing the film needs to do. The film needs to be able to get its audience by itself. So there must be something that the filmmakers need to do. Look into your your demographic, like Ugandan people, what are they like? What do they like? Do they like drama? Do they like comedy? Do they like action? What is it that we can give them that will catch up? Then you work on that and then you test the market with it to find out whether it works or not.
So you've been part of this game for a long time. You've been acting for a long time and you've had success at top level for a long time. What's that thing that makes you have that consistency? What's that magic? Because so many filmmakers come and go. They come and go, come and go, come and go. 2 years, 3 years in, then they're out. Ramsey has been here, has been doing magic all through different roles, different movies, so many accolades. What's that thing that makes you have this longevity?
Consistency, passion and consistency. Like I'm very passionate about the art. I love what I do. I enjoy it. A lot of people are coming in now just because they want to be paid or get paid. For the money. I didn't come in for the money in the beginning. It was my passion, and then because of the love I have for it, it started paying me very well. Now there's very little you want to tell people that you don't have to look into it because of money, because we do not have the market yet strongly where, it's a sure banker that if I make this movie,
It's going to say.
it's going to sell and then you make returns.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes.
It's a dwindling market. So it's hard to be certain that actors can come in and they can come and do it for the love of the money or for making money out of it. So right now, in Uganda, everybody needs to be passionate about it. The filmmakers need to be passionate. The cinematographers need to be passionate. The actors, the directors need to love the art and love it and then give it their all in all. It will show in the end. It will definitely tell.
It pays off.
It pays off, yes.
So Icon Awards. Icon represents glamour, represents the top-notch event of film, and you've been part of it for this third time. How easy do you find the Icon fraternity? How easy is it to work with them? How do you connect with them? And what's the goal?
They're more like family right now, so it's like, yeah.
It's more family now.
Yeah, Humphrey he made it from the first time we started this. He invited me and I was part of this. I think he just believes that I'm part of this, and then every time he wants to do it, I'll have to be there. I also represent him not just in Uganda, but also outside. He has come to Nigeria to himself, to one of our festivals, and he has seen it, and he has plans for the next year's award. We already have plans, of what we intend to do. So it's more like family for me right now. It's just like family. I contribute, as regards my own little way of saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? I wanted to give this a shot, and things like that. Yeah. And that's basically what I do with them. But I think there's more to it than that. It's just like a brotherhood thing now going on.
And every time there's a brotherhood situation, it's bigger goals to achieve.
Yeah.
That's nice. So you talked about events. A couple of years ago, or this past 3, 4, 5 years, Uganda had strong presence at the Amas, Afrif, and all that. How do our movies do in Nigeria? How do you receive them, the reception, our stories?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
It's very hard to tell. Nigeria is Nigeria is now a market that the only foreign content that they will consume will probably be Korean films, Indian films, and American films.
Yeah. That's honest.
Yeah, so it's hard for even Ghana films, which is like a neighboring, like a neighboring country, to have a market in Nigeria. Without a collabo, there's going to need for like a collaboration. They want to see their faces, because Nigerians tend to have an affinity. I think it's not even Nigerians, like generally people worldwide. Yeah, you have an affinity towards your own person or your own people. So if you see your own person in a Ugandan production or a South African production, you want to find out what's going on there.
Yeah.
So it's the curiosity that makes them go to see, what's happening here.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can balance. But if it's predominantly a Ugandan film story, a Ugandan performance, and you want to, it's going to get a market there. It's going to be tough.
Okay, that's honest.
Yeah. The only way is if the artists that or performers there are known already and they know them and they like them. For instance, well, he's not an actor, but he's a musician, like Diamond Platinum. Yeah, let's assume that he's in a film from Tanzania, you know, and it's all a Tanzanian film. But because Nigerians know Platinum and they know him, they'll probably say, "Oh, what's going on there?" They want to give it a shot and watch what he did, how he did it. So those are the factors that you can use to probably get a pull. But otherwise, I can't say definitely that a different concept from a different Nigerians would no. It's almost like you telling Nigerians that their taste bud is used to their local food to come and eat a foreign dish all of a sudden. It's going to be like it's going to take some time getting used to. So that's the thing. So I really can't tell you, how the Ugandan productions are doing in Nigeria, market-wise.
So Africa recently has had a lot of big, should I call them companies coming through to support the industry. I'm talking about Netflix, Canal Plus, and all that, and they have funds and they want to inject in and, of course, groom and empower Africans and all that. Do you think it's the right way? Do you think it's helping to put more of these African films on the map?
Yes, I think very strongly so. I do. It's important that they are part of the growth of the industry in every way that they can. They have a platform and they have a standard for the platform. And the reason why they ingest money into it is because they want you to meet that standard, and they work to help you see to achieve that. So it's a key factor. So basically, they also notice one thing. They're playing the game in ways where are you doing the content for your local audience or you're looking at global?
Yeah.
So they are part of all of that. So it challenges you filmmakers or we filmmakers to say, I want to go global. I want to do this on a bigger scale and all of that. And there's someone here to help you just to use their platform. I think it's a good, brilliant idea and initiative that they're part of the industry.
The African industry. All right, so as we wrap up, back to the country, back to Saturday. The plan is the African wear. So what's going on? What are you going to put on?
Sorry?
What are you going to put on Saturday?
If I told you that, I'll let the cat out of the bag, won't I? No, I'm not ready to tell you that.
All right, okay.
You'll see it on that Saturday.
All right.
Of course, it's our traditional wear.
Okay.
Because the concept, like I heard, is like, let everybody come in their different, unique tradition.
Yeah.
So I've represented the Ugandan tradition the first time I came.
Yeah.
The second time, it was slightly like off somewhere different tradition. Yeah. But this one, I'm doing Nigerian tradition.
All right, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you
for the opportunity to have time to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
For the Uganda, I represent that actor from Uganda. I represent that journalist from Uganda.
Nice.
I represent that person that grew up watching Ramsey from the get-go, and it's honor to have this conversation. This goes down in history for me. So
thank you.
It's great honor and great privilege.